Well, good afternoon or good evening if you're in the USA, and if you're overseas, then it is already Super Saturday morning. This is Fabulous Friday. I am Bruce, aka the guy in the blue shirt, or I do Simpler, Faster, Better. And we are going to go over corporate branding, some do's and don'ts with the amazing Jacqueline. So, hi, Jacqueline from Tulsa, or Tulsa area, right?
Right. How are you doing, Bruce?
All right, great to see you again.
Yeah,
And
good to see you.
yeah, we've done a lot of things remotely, and trying to do some new things in 2022 as well, which is going to be exciting, I think, for both of us. And so want to have you back on as a person of immense, how can I put it, immense skill in the corporate branding arena. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. And I know you've been doing some fun things, so I wanted I wanted to just kind of kick off and ask you, what are the types of organizations you might provide corporate branding promotional products for?
Oh my gosh. And I always say anybody with a door and a floor. But I specialize in, companies that have 100 or more employees and franchises. I love doing what you do. I like to help streamline the ordering process for businesses that have multiple employees. Not everybody's the same size and they don't all like the same style. And so you have to be really flexible. And I've found a solution that makes ordering just easier than Amazon, it feels like, and they just love it.
Right. Yeah. I remember when we were actually working on some of the design of your systems under Simpler, Faster, Better. That was I asked you, what's your vision? And you said, you know what, if I could get my business to be easier than Amazon, that would really delight me. And so it's really good to know that you've actually managed to achieve that. That's amazing, right?
Yes, I'm super excited. And the customers are like, did I just place an order? It didn't feel like it. They're like, did I do it?
Yeah.
They're expecting it to be complicated, but it's never complicated. So
right. Yeah. I know before we came on the air live, you were giving me a great example of how you can do things simpler, faster, and better. So did you want to kind of go over that a little bit? That was for a range of items, right?
Yeah, actually. So I just had a church reach out to me and they didn't have a logo yet. And they just wanted some hats. They wanted some giveaways. They wanted to spread the word. But they wanted their logo to not look so churchy because they're targeting youth and really wanting to get that logo out there. And so I was able to create a logo, find products, source everything, price shop it, and put it all together for them so that they had a full outfit ready to go in 2 days.
Wow. Oh, and there's your, look at that, everybody. Hey,
so
and
she got stickers, bags, hats, shirts, water bottles.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's very youth looking as well. Like,
yeah.
Nice job with the choice of the graphics and the feel. And of course the color,
And I'm super excited to actually do these hats because they're going to be 3D embroidered. So it's going to be popping out off the hat. So
I didn't know you
embroidery look a little bit fancy.
I didn't know you could do 3D embroidery. Well, how about that? So that's an interesting. How did you find out you could source 3D embroidery? Because I know you like to research. So
yeah, I have tons of sources. I mean, I go direct to manufacturers. So I'm constantly looking for new applications, new ways to make the simple look amazing. And I want people to know that they're not limited to screen print or embroidery. Like the shirt, I don't know if you can see. Yeah. They just wanted their logo. And I was like, no, we can't just do your logo. We need to do a full body imprint. We can go all the way across.
Right.
I just love it. We just added the Colorado skyline and their logo. This is a barbecue company.
Oh, awesome.
So, to find, to make stuff that looks, like fun to wear and people want to wear it. And it's so soft. It's softer than a Bellin canvas. So yeah, awesome. I'm always constantly sourcing manufacturers that can do amazing stuff for my customers.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll come back to one amazing thing you did for one customer towards the end. How about that?
Sounds good.
I wonder who that might be.
I don't know.
All right. So, yeah, so that's a great, even in that short time, what an array of offering, everything from the church and wanting a new feel in terms of their design and the array of products, and then all the way up to the barbecue company that, really wanted to make it feel like a fun environment for them with using their products that I'm sure are fun to use and cook yummy food, right?
Right, exactly. And help them increase their sales. If they retail a nicer shirt, they can charge more for that nicer shirt.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
They like making money too.
Yeah. Well, it's not always about, having to pay the absolute top line either, because as you said, you're very good at shopping around, and I know you've got some long-term agreements, right, with certain manufacturers as well.
Yes, that's right. And I'm a bargain shopper too, so I totally understand it, and I'm with them. When it comes to like finding the best deal, the best product for the best deal. So I'm all about it. But you got to look good. It's got to be high quality too, because that's kind of what I'm known for, is providing high quality products. I don't just sell tchotchke, I can, but I don't want to. So. Right.
Well, when I first moved to the USA, funnily enough, one of my first English friends, his wife, she always used to say, I sell trinkets and trash. And I used to think, well, that's really strange. I mean, it was, a very low cost branded products environment, but that's how she used to say, I'm the trinkets and trash lady. And I used to think, well, that's really strange. But I mean, I know why you said it, but
right.
So I'm glad you've moved on from that thinking. And talking of moving on, Mr. Philip Davis is in. So
happy weekend. We're ready.
That's right. That's right. Philip is a very hardworking, relatively new business entrepreneur. So, Philip, if you don't know Jacqueline, you should at least connect with her. She'll give you the best way to connect. She's not really big on LinkedIn yet, but we're going to be changing that later, maybe sooner rather than later, but this year for sure. And,
yes.
Yeah.
That's happening in 2022. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Well, Philip meets with a lot of different companies and in a lot of different regions. And he's super helpful at interconnecting people. So I love his spirit for doing that. And in return, I do the same for him. And in fact, we have a call again next week to talk some little strategy. So thanks for joining, Philip. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So what's the kind of strangest or weirdest thing you've done for a company that you can talk about, of course?
All right. Generally, I don't get any like risque things. Most of my clients are very conservative, but gosh, strange. I mean, I don't know. I do a lot of custom packaging. I don't think that's strange, but
so what have you custom packaged? Just again, I just want people to realize the array and the reach that you've got available to you.
Oh my gosh, I have like a whole bunch of stuff in front of me and behind me, but I do like a lot of concentrate boxes, pre-roll. I mean, a lot of stuff for the cannabis industry, but we can also do like if somebody had their own protein shake company and they needed like a whey, Mylar bag to put the whey protein in, we can do that as well. Labels, custom. I mean, it just from start to finish, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, we can do it.
Right. And you said you prefer 100 employees and above, but you do make exceptions for
I do.
For strong connections. All right. So probably
I love helping small businesses too. Yes.
So Jacqueline was the designer and creator for my logo of this. It's dual branded. So on the sleeve, simpler, faster, better, and then the logo that Jacqueline was using. So, and interesting enough, Jacqueline, everyone said, I love the quality of the shirt. When I went to an event on Tuesday and showed it off for the first time in public, my own branded shirt with your help. And yeah, everybody said, oh, I love the quality of the embroidery, because they've obviously seen other shirts that aren't embroidered just as well. So, you know.
It drives me nuts seeing bad embroidery. I'm like, please let me do your logo.
I know it undermines, you know, all the thought and the value that people put into the logo creation, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, and we can even do large patches. I mean, we've done embroidery like huge, just full color, beautiful, you know, and then we can do tiny ones.
Yeah, I've seen, well, actually, some of the internal part of my logo, it may not look it on the screen there, but when you look at it on the shirt, it's pretty intricate. So nice job. And then the other thing I wanted to comment on, again, if you like to be delighted without being asked to be delighted, actually, Jacqueline threw in some t-shirts for me to wear as well. So that was... So I've not worn the t-shirt out in public yet, but as things warm up here in Arizona, I'm sure I'm going to be moving from polo shirts to t-shirts for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and
I love your logo. It looks great.
Yeah, it does. It came out great.
Very clean.
Yeah. And in fact, it was also interesting because people said, you know, the usual question at a networking meeting, you know, what is it you do? And I said, well, actually, I'm passionate about, you know, cleaning up processes. And I just showed them, and they said, well, how do you do that? And I said, well, I have a method called simpler, faster, better. So
I love that. So your shirt actually talks to people. You're like a walking billboard, truly. That's perfect.
Well, you know,
your tagline and everything. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, as you know, I'm a behavioral introvert. So sometimes the least I can say when I'm in person in public, the better for me.
Right.
Well, and then I don't say any bad words or, you know, say the wrong message. So yeah, it was kind of cool that, you know, in 2 sentences and people said, oh, okay, so you're like an efficiency expert. And I said, kind of, but, you know, and then we got chit-chatting about what they were passionate about, and interesting enough, that particular person said, oh, you should go talk to this other guy who was actually at the meeting. So I went to talk to him and have a follow-up call next week. So, you know, what a great little unscripted story about the power of using high quality branded products, right?
Absolutely. I want everybody's company to stand out, and a lot of people, they're just like, oh, I'm just going to snag that really quick. And they don't realize that, whoops, the quality is not there. And It reflects on their company and who they are. So it's very important that my customers have exceptional quality.
Yeah, and I can vouch for that, because the other thing I did just to make sure is I did wash the t-shirts. And as you know, sometimes t-shirts, once you wash them once, they go all that wonky shape, and you think, oh my goodness, that isn't how it looked when it came out of the box. But yeah, they retain their shape, and the material feels super cool and super soft. So yeah, looking forward to unveiling the t-shirt at my next event that I do. So yeah, why not? So what are you seeing new coming up? You know, there's a lot of innovation out there. So what sort of new things are you seeing coming up, Jacqueline?
So I have heard a lot from customers saying that they don't want to purchase a lot of stuff in bulk and upfront because they end up with too many extra larges left over, and then they didn't use them, or they don't have enough smalls, and it's just kind of a headache. So I can't say my little secret that I've figured out to help corporations do on-demand printing and keep the quality high and integrate that into their online store that I build for them.
Right.
or their free showroom that I build for them, which is a great way that they can just click and order for their team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Awesome.
I'm all
Yeah.
about saving the money, but again, making it efficient and look great.
Yeah. Yeah. Having high quality, low volume, and on demand is, it's back to your thinking around, when I asked you, well, what would your processes like to be like? And you said better than Amazon. So,
Right.
But
it's hard to get that truly like custom and have literally millions of products at your fingertips that you can just customize. And that's what I'm bringing to the table for corporations is unlimited customization and unlimited, brands, anything you can think of.
Right. And with that brings unlimited colors, unlimited types of materials, limited quantities. I mean, again, the shirts you made for me were, I'm not a high volume producer. And so, having the ability to have high quality, low volume was an awesome advantage for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. So is that service available now, or is it what's the status of that service?
Yeah, it's available. Not all products are on demand, but like screen printed t-shirts are. We can do some embroidery
Right.
on demand. So again, if there's a company that just maybe has, 100 reps across the United States and they want business cards, letterheads, shirts, pens, whatever, we can supply those.
Right.
To their teams, and they can just order online.
Absolutely awesome. So do you also have the ability to add QR code as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, because that's it's funny because the event I was at was actually the launch of LinkedIn Local Phoenix, and I co-hosted with Mary Fane Brandt, who came from actually the San Diego market, and I was here from the Santa Clarita market. And cut a long story short, we got introduced by Tisha Marie Pelletier, and we said, you know what, wouldn't it be cool if we relaunched LinkedIn Local in person? And that's what we did last Tuesday. And what was really interesting is we showed people how to use the QR code on LinkedIn as a very simpler, faster, better way of not only connecting, but staying in contact with each other. And I would say probably 90% of the people there didn't even know it existed. So it was like, I know QR codes have been around for a long time, but they, it's hard to see the power of them until you can demonstrate, the need. And so that was my little piece of the agenda. I got to help people and show people along with Mary, how to pull up the code, how to do, how to save it to your pictures so that you've got it for almost like an instant resume or an instant connectivity feature, which may or may not sound important, but you don't always have wireless everywhere. And it was just a cool experience. And then the other thing that we didn't realize is what it did is it got everybody in the room or in the patio, we were on a patio, talking to each other. So, that very simple thing about a QR code, everyone's saying, well, what does that mean? How do you do it? Blah, blah, blah. So
exactly. Yeah. And we can even track. So like, say, for example, if you had an opening and you had flyers and you passed those flyers out, we could track to see how many people actually scanned it and opened it. So you can see your return.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that. So is that must be a new feature of QR technology, right?
I don't know if it's new, but I like to use it because I'd like to know, if I'm going to put the QR code on a flyer and pass it out, I want to know how many people actually scan that flyer.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
How many eyeballs are actually coming to my store or going to buy my product or whatever you're selling.
Yeah, and I know when I worked with you before, using that data to help your customer is super important. And why do something and put all the effort into it if it doesn't go anywhere, right? So
exactly.
Good. So do you know if you can embroider a QR code or screen print a QR
Yeah,
code?
I mean, we can screen print. You probably can embroider it. You just got to make sure it's on point. So,
Yeah.
and before I do anything, I always double check it. I would probably do a little embroidered swatch and then just see if it actually works. I've never done that. Bruce, that would probably be like my weirdest question there. That answers your question. If somebody asked me to embroider a QR code, but
Hey, you should try it. I should. Hey, I'll send you.
I don't like to say no.
Right. Hey, I'll send you my QR code from my profile on LinkedIn. That would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll try it.
Yeah, maybe I could wear it on the bottom of my shirt, you know, and then somebody.
That's so crazy.
Like, turn around.
Actually, so I did a heat press. I heat pressed a QR code onto a shirt.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
And we can also heat press it onto a bag. But yeah, embroidery. I don't know.
I wonder if you can do a small wrap. I could put my QR code on my car then.
Yeah, I actually tried that. I saw a truck in front of me that had the QR code on the back. And yes, I was driving. I don't recommend putting a QR code on your vehicle, but it didn't work at a distance.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Maybe for those of you who are thinking about putting a QR code on your car, I don't know.
Well, I was thinking about it for parking lots, particularly.
Parking lot on the side. Yeah.
A little one on the side. So, you know, when you go to external meetings or something, and very often you'll walk back to the car with your guest or customer. And
exactly. Yeah.
But
this guy had like a big old QR code, like we could scan it while we're driving. You can't.
Okay. Bad idea for the truck, but maybe a good fun idea for
the side.
Bruce's blue car, you know.
Yes.
So. All right. Well, I'll send you my LinkedIn QR code just in case.
Awesome.
And then see when you have a moment if you can press it onto something. If you can press it onto something, then maybe I can just stick it on the inside of my car window, you know.
Right. That's awesome.
Hey, might have invented a brand new product right there. You never know, right? Hey, you know, and there's only 780 something million people on LinkedIn, so that might be.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
That would be a nice product range, right?
Right.
See if you could print everyone's QR code on a, stickable item, right?
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
It would. All right. Well, we'll play around with it. Hey, you never know. It might. Sometimes it's the simplest thing, right, that gets you the furthest result, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's the best way for people that might be interested in learning more and tapping into your expertise? What's the best way for people to get a hold of you, Jacqueline?
Yeah, actually right now, just via text or call me at 918-900-1801.
Okay.
I'm doing...
Say that again a little slower.
Oh, 918-900-1801.
Okay.
I feel like an infomercial.
Well, no, you're not. You're live.
Call now. Time is limited.
Yes, get the limited Jacqueline edition, right? Before she changes or something.
For 2022.
Right? 2022 version, yeah. Actually, I'll drop it in the comments for the replay anyway. So, because I kind of have your number, so.
Yep. I'm revamping my website. I think I'm, again, just really wanting to push that message out there that I can help companies streamline and really source everything that they can possibly imagine and want. So one-stop shop, you just need to talk to one person, not 20 people, and I just make it easy.
Yeah, making it simpler, faster, better would be good.
Yeah.
And hey, if you want to use my hashtag, go for it. I really don't mind.
Okay, perfect. I was going to ask.
Yeah, go for it. And and if people really want to get redesigned, then you can use hashtag process cleanup too. So,
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and in fact, on that note, I had the opportunity. I needed to re-register my business in the state of Arizona, so that was very interesting because I went on their website and they have really done a good job of making that simpler, faster, better. And I got my business registered here, and I decided to register it under processcleanup.com. And it only took 20 minutes and $10 online, and I got the certificate back already. It was like,
right? Isn't that amazing? I think the IRS could learn a thing or two, don't you?
They could. You know what? It was amazing because when I did it in the state of California, it took almost 6 weeks. It was 4 times the cost, and it had so many different steps to go through. It was unbelievable. And yeah. Oh, and then the other thing, I could print my certificate on demand. So I have it on my vision board over here. So they didn't have to mail it or anything. I had the option to print it on demand, and that's what I did. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's a great example. Arizona is a pretty progressive state with its use of technology. And then the other thing I noticed is after I updated my driver license here, they gave me the option to add a little app to my phone. And so I actually have my driver license on a special app as well, in case I'm out and about and I don't have it, or I've forgotten to pick up. So I can actually show people my driver license through one of the Arizona apps that they have here.
That's awesome. Yeah. I would just take a picture of it and keep the picture with me just in case I forgot. Like I empty out my purse and forgot it in the other one. I'm like,
Yeah, well, I don't have a purse, so I have a money clip, but but the cool thing with it, it's got the barcode on the back. So I can't remember where I was somewhere the other day, but somebody said, "Hey, give me your license," and they actually scanned the barcode on the back as their record, not took a picture. So that was kind of cool. So it's got front and back, and again, great examples of how you can take technology and really make things simpler, faster, better for people instead of making them longer, more difficult, and discombobulated. So exactly. All right. Well, cool. And yeah, we'll have you back on the show again to do some updates, particularly when you get your new website. Maybe we can do a quick. Maybe you can do a quick demo of the, order on demand.
Absolutely.
Super cool for people to see, for sure.
Absolutely. I'd love to.
All right. Okay. Well, hang on, because I'm going to try something here that I do on my lives now. I'm going to do a little outtake video. All right.
So, what if your processes do not work well? Did you know you can save or eliminate massive amounts of wasted steps, time, money, or other resources? Bruce can show or teach you how. Take the next step. Visit his website at processcleanup.com and book a casual yet confidential call with Bruce. It just might change your world forever.
How about that?
I like how it does this.
Oh, you like the rotation of the logo?
Of course.
Yeah, it gives it some movement. Yeah, because people don't often realize that, processes are all intermingled, right?
I have a business card that if you move it, it actually will shift. It's called the 4D, right? And it'll shift. So if you have one image and you want to shift to the other, it's pretty neat. I was trying to see if I have an example, but I don't.
Next time. Well, because I know you hopped on and did this at short notice with me today. So I really appreciate that. And again, give a shout out for your phone number, and we'll let you go have your dinner with your son.
Sounds good. Thank you, Bruce.
Shout out your phone number again.
918-900-1801.
All right. Thanks, Jacqueline. And thanks for Philip for joining. Yes, awesome.
Thanks,
yes,
Philip.
Thanks. I will enjoy seeing you next week, Philip, on our catch-up call. And if you're watching this as a replay, don't hesitate. You can still put comments in here, and I will be sure to direct any questions to Jacqueline that you might have, or if there's questions for me about what I do with my simpler, faster, better method, I'll be happy to answer those. So thank you, and hang on a little bit, Jacqueline. Good night.
Thanks, Bruce. Bye.
Bye.